So first and foremost, I had time to sit with a photo, and Jason already told me that this was your dad, so I didn't have to figure out the relationship. But I do ask a series of questions to spirit, and just to get evidence that the energy is still present. And so when I asked him, okay, well, who are you? I heard grandfather and father. And then I asked, well, who are you to the sitter? Sitter meaning you. And I heard, I'm her father. So then I asked the question, did he oppose the word dad or daddy? Did he not like that word? Or did you call him dad? Or did he, you know how some people are really traditional?
I called him Dad.
Okay, you did call him dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he kept reiterating like father. Like not I'm granddaddy, I'm granddad, but grandfather, I'm father. So I said, okay. So then I asked him, how did he transition? Like what caused him to transition? And I heard, did he have congestive heart failure?
Yes.
Okay. So I heard congestive heart failure. I asked him how he felt about it because that's like a normal question. Like, how do you feel? Or, you know, some people are upset. Some people feel it wasn't time. They still had things to do. The response was, my body was tired and my heart just gave out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. So then I don't know where this came from. I heard fan of Cleveland Browns. And I was like, where did this come from? Was he a fan of football?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Because I wrote a question mark. I was like, that just came out the blue. I don't know where that came from. So then what is it? What was my other question to him? No fans, no respectable. Okay, so I asked him what his personality was like. And I have was he very stoic, very respectable, like a very distinguished kind of gentleman?
Yes.
Okay. I wrote down police question mark. He wasn't a police officer, was he?
No.
Okay. Because then in my other part, I wrote down pastor. So I don't know. Go ahead.
I don't. I don't know.
Okay.
My brother was a police officer.
Has your brother transitioned?
Yes.
Was he a Cleveland Brown fan?
You know what? I'm not for sure.
Okay.
I'm not for sure.
Okay.
To be honest.
Sometimes the energies piggyback on each other. And that's something, being relatively new, I'm still trying to distinguish if they do come in together, how to separate the two. So that is a possibility. My last reading, 2 readings ago, it was dad and grandfather that came through together. So half of it was, go ahead.
I didn't know my father's father.
Okay.
I didn't know him at all.
Okay, so what I'm saying is maybe the father and the brother came through together.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be a possibility. I'll continue and then you can tell me. I think I got like 2.5 more pages.
Okay.
Okay, so then I asked him, did he have any traits, any habits? I heard smoking and a cocktail every once in a while. A smoke and a cocktail every once in a while. Does that resonate?
He did smoke. I don't know. Yeah, he did drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I asked like, okay, so what's like a favorite memory of yours? And like, not yours, of his. Like, what's a favorite memory when you were here, that you can, used to make you smile? And I got, in the garage working on cars in his spare time. He's a man that could fix anything. Does that resonate?
No.
Okay. No. Does that resonate with the brother?
You know what? I'm not sure because we all didn't. I lived in Oregon. they lived in, Detroit or Marion. So I don't know what my father did. My father worked for General Motors, to be honest.
That's funny because my next thing that I have is, he said something about his car keys, a Dodge Ram truck. He said, put it back. Nephew or cousin came to get it.
No, he mostly a Cadillac.
He's a Cadillac guy? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Does somebody play the lottery? Do you play the lottery?
I used to.
Okay, because I heard stop with the lottery.
Okay.
So I don't know if you still play, but I heard stop with the lottery. Cut it out.
Yeah, I mean, my sister does.
Okay. And then I asked them, were there any specific dates or anniversaries coming up that we wanted to pay attention to? And I heard the following months and then the following numbers. So I heard February, March, and August. And then I heard the 1st, the 9th, and the 14th. Does any of that resonate with you? The months or the dates?
But the month, my birthday's in February.
Okay. When's your birthday?
February 19th.
I got the one and then, okay. February 19th. Happy belated. My mother's birthday is February 20th.
Thank you.
No March, no August.
My daughter is in March. Then I have my niece in August.
Okay. So then I asked the question, when was the last time he was with you? And I have sitting in the living room checking the mail. You were like, I don't know where you were sitting, at a table or on a couch. You were going through the mail, and then something made you look suddenly to the left. Like, I don't know if you heard something or thought you seen something, and you looked to the left. Did you have a moment like that?
Yes, I have. I have. It's like, I think I hear stuff, or I see stuff, and it's not there. And I've seen, like, I feel like somebody's in here, but they're not in here. Like somebody with like a white robe.
Okay.
Bald. Yeah.
So is that your way of telling me that you're gifted?
I don't know. I don't know. No, I've had medical problems. But it's just like, I feel somebody. I'm not scared of it. It's like I follow, just follow it out, but it's not there. So
I feel that just when you're talking right now, it feels like a feminine energy.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
Okay.
I'm not scared of it.
Yeah, I want to say grandmother or mother is what it feels like.
Probably grandmother. My mother's still alive, but okay. I don't, like I say, I'm not scared of it. It's just like I'm in another world or something, and I follow it, and then it's just not there, and I just go back to bed. So, yeah.
That might be a whole nother level of astral projection. But that's another story for that's a whole nother conversation for a different day.
Okay.
But yeah, it sounds like to me you might be gifted and you just haven't figured out how to tap into it on demand, is what it sounds like. It sounds like your gifts kick in. Is it between that 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's normally when spirit can come down. I don't know what it is about those hours where spirit feels more comfortable walking the earth, that they kind of make their presence known. So yeah,
because sometimes I sleep around 3 or whatever. I'm up or something. I'm there, but I'm not there. So I just, okay.
Yeah, it sounds like astral projection. That's what it sounds like to me. That's when you have that people call it out of body experience. You know your body is there, but then the soul kind of gets up and moves around. That's what it feels. That's what it feels like to me, or that's what it sounds like to me. And there are a lot of people who can do that, like at the snap of their finger. And I'm just in awe of people that can do that. Okay. So yeah. So you looking to the left because you thought you saw something or heard something, so that it was okay. And then I asked him why he showed up. He said he wanted to hear your thoughts or to see you. So I don't know if you're worried about something, but he wanted to... Go ahead.
I am worried about a lot of things.
Okay. Yeah, so I get the anxiety, I get the anxiousness, and he kind of just wanted to come in. He felt your energy to check on you to see how you were doing. So then I asked him what was his favorite hobby. I heard fishing, cigars, and smoking.
Yeah.
Does that resonate with him?
The smoking.
Okay, the smoking. Did he smoke cigars or just cigarettes?
Cigarettes.
Okay. Let me write that down. So then I asked him about his personal life. And I got ladies' man. Did he have several marriages?
Yes.
I wrote 3. How many did he have?
3.
Okay. So then I asked him what object represents him. Like if you could, if you were to see an object, and kind of what would if you saw this object, he would want you to think of him when you saw it. And I heard horseshoe. So I don't know if he was very lucky or if he was like a low-key country boy in a big city, but I heard horseshoe. Does that resonate with you in any way?
My grandmother had a house across the street that had horses. She lived in the country.
Is that his mom?
That's his mom.
Okay. So he might be that country boy in the city. And then I asked him if he had any pets. I heard white and gray Shih Tzu or a Maltipoo. Is that your dog or was that his?
No, he had a German Shepherd.
Oh, a German Shepherd. I should have known. Okay, let me cross out the Maltipoo and write down German Shepherd. Okay. And then I asked him if he had any messages for you. And he said, to know the difference between a need and a want when it comes to finances. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then I asked him how did he feel about your health or your appearance. And I'm going to just say daddy's going to be daddy's. He was like, okay, she could drop 5 pounds, but you still look good, baby. And I said, I'm going to write that down. I'm like, this is such a dad thing to say, but okay.
He was very honest.
Okay. Yeah, he said, so you could drop 5 pounds, but you still look good, baby. Don't think you don't look good. So then I asked him, did he need any closure or should there be any closure to his passing? And he said nothing could stop what was to come. And so he was like, it wasn't a cancer. I was just sick and the organs just kind of just gave out. And I was like, okay, understood.
Yeah.
And then I asked him, now here's the kicker. Now that you've said what you said, this is interesting. I said, who came to get you when it was time for you to cross over? And I heard brother, mother, uncle, and grandmother. Does that resonate or make sense?
I know, probably uncle. I didn't know my dad's other family members.
Okay.
I know, I didn't know. Back then, they were very, very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
They kept a lot of things.
I was going to say secretive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's just how we were brought up. we weren't when adults were speaking, we had to leave the room.
Okay. Very old school, very traditional.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood.
But I understand it.
Okay. Yeah. Now.
I understand.
Yeah. And so then the other thing I asked him, and this is like one of my final questions. I tried to pull him back in today too. I'll tell you what I got from that. Because okay, let me preface this last statement with his energy kind of kept breaking up, like Jason's dad kept breaking up. And I was like, when that happens, that's my symbol for like they were kind of religious and didn't necessarily believe in these kind of gifts. So it started to break up, and I was like, oh, was he really religious, like a deacon or a pastor? Because he keeps like not cutting the conversation, but I kept getting disrupted with the conversation. So does any of that resonate with you?
No.
Okay.
My dad was very secretive.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So maybe that's it. He didn't want to tell anything.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm not getting nothing. What? Because it normally just flows. This was like pulling teeth. Like I stopped, but I quit. I normally wash my hands at the end of each reading. I washed my hands. Then I came back to it a few hours later. I still could. I was like, I was like, I can't call her and I don't have anything. But this is really difficult. Like he's not giving me much. So now that makes sense. He was secretive. So again, their energy stays the same for the most part. They don't really, it doesn't really shift. Jason's dad had a shift. I was actually happy for that one. I'm not sure if he shared that with you. But
Jason is my cousin.
Say it again.
Jason was my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Jason was my cousin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He passed. Yeah. It's just the family dynamics. My dad was head of the family. So, yeah. Okay. But, yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. So then I asked him, what was his lesson on Earth? And I heard, save for that rainy day or for when shit happens. So I don't know if you spending like crazy, but he's saying, make sure you put something aside for that rainy day or when shit happens.
I don't spend like crazy, but I need to save.
Okay.
And then my sister spends like crazy.
Is that also her dad?
Yes.
Okay, well that's for the both of you then. You can relay that to her. Put something aside for a rainy day.
Okay.
When shit is gonna hit the fan is what it said. And then lastly, I just asked him, so aside from the horseshoe, I asked him like, what is his calling card? And a calling card is normally like what the sitter would see or find or just randomly. Like some people show up as butterflies. Some people, you find, I don't know, you find a feather somewhere. For him, he said nickels. I heard nickels. So like, I don't know if you find nickels around on the ground.
I do sometimes.
Okay, so that's his call. So that's him saying hi whenever you find a nickel.
Okay.
Because you're like, how did this get here, or where did this come from? Like, and it's like, what the hell? Where did nickel come? Yeah, that's him. And then I heard like I heard the name, a MA name, like a Martha or something like that. As I was closing out with him, does that resonate with you?
I have Margaret.
MA, Margaret. Okay. I knew it was an MA. I couldn't figure out if it was Martha, Margaret. Okay. And so then I asked him about his services. That's another question that I asked. Some people want to know, like, were they okay with what we did or da-da-da? And he said, put away nicely. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but they did have a nice service for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't go.
Yeah, so he said put away nicely. He's a very nice. And then at that moment is when I just kind of, we kind of I just let him go. So,
Okay.
do you have any
Wow.
questions for me?
You did a good job. And I just wanted to know because I've been having these strange things happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's weird. And I know me and my dad were really close.
Okay.
And I just needed to try to move on.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's pulling me back. It's pulling me back in a nice way.
Okay.
I just needed to know that he's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. And that something is telling me to tell you that if you want to talk to him, I don't know if you have like I see like a round wooden dining room table or like in a breakfast nook area.
Yep, I do that.
Yeah, sit at that table and talk to him. I don't know if it's during coffee. I don't know if it's, but you can talk just like we're having a conversation now. You can speak out loud or you can sit and just speak to him in your head and he's going to provide some feedback for you.
Okay.
In those moments. And if you want to write the questions down beforehand, you can do that as well and sit still for a minute and just listen for a response. Because I feel like, I don't know if you sometimes look for answers for him or look, I don't know, like he was like your go-to for things conversation wise or advice wise. Yeah. So I feel like if you still seek that advice, write it down, have a seat at that table, ask the question and just wait and see what you feel for his response, if that makes sense.
That makes sense because he was always there. Mm-hmm. I could talk to him. And yeah, I miss that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cut myself off. I totally myself off to where I don't go anywhere close to family or anything else. Mm-hmm. Miss calling him every day and just talking. Or even just to say hello. So
I feel like you should be doing some sort of volunteer work.
Okay.
I don't know if there's like a community center or someplace or like a food bank. I feel like that might be your new circle. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense. Because I don't work. I am a homebody. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Check around and see who has like a food bank. And they kind of, how they put the boxes together and give out the food. The cars drive up and they give out the boxes of food to the families.
Yes.
Yeah. I recently participated in something like that about 2 months ago. And I keep seeing that for you. Like, you need to participate in something like that. You're gonna get that fulfillment and that joy from contributing to that.
Yeah.
Helping other people.
I want to also, if he was, my dad had passed a couple of weeks before I had my last child. Mm-hmm. If he was there.
Was it a boy?
It was, well, I did have a boy the first time I had trouble, but the last one, a couple of weeks after, I had a girl. But I don't remember anything. And I wanted to know, to be honest, I wanted to know if he wanted to go before me.
Your dad?
Yeah. My dad passed a couple of weeks. My dad passed a week or so before I had my last child. Mm-hmm. But they said that it was really bad when I had my last one. But something keeps telling me my dad said take him or me. I don't know. But I don't remember anything.
Oh, so you're saying that the pregnancy was bad, the birth was bad.
Yes.
Oh, okay, for you. So in situations like that, especially when he went before you, you made it out because of him. So he had to go before you in order to be there for you in that moment. Does that make sense? It wasn't a choice. It's not, it's almost like God or the universe knew you were about to have this experience, and your strength, so to speak, and your support had to be there on the other side, in a sense, to make sure that you pulled through. So he kind of, in it, almost like a, how do I say this? I usually say, like, they go to bat for us. They do our, like, if you're like, I feel like if you're in court and your lawyer has your defense attorney speaks on your behalf and tries to get you out of whatever you're going through, I feel like they bargain for us. If that makes any sense. So I feel like he bargained for you and fought for you on the other side, so that way you could be present today.
Okay. I understand that. Understand that. That's not how I want it to go, but I understand that.
Now you had to be here. It's not for you. That wasn't for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, because he kept a lot of stuff from me when it came to health. So I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, ma'am. You did a good job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I really, you did an excellent job.
Thank you. Well, I do keep all the notes. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call, and I'll go back through the notes for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.